Now, please don't crucify me in the comments. I have never played a Bioshock game in my life. Now, I've seen people play it, like back when it was all the rage and people were doing like Let's Plays. Like, remember back in YouTube when you would do like part 1, part 2, and part 3? Now you just upload the full like 10-hour long video, but back in the day you do parts. And I watched people play it, but I've never actually played Are we at Revive? I'm gonna grab that because I'm not good at this game. What's that? Must turn on power first? All right, I messed with it. But I did always love the aesthetic of Bioshock. Huge fan of that. Couldn't tell you at all what the story is about. Not a clue. But I do like it. It looks pretty. And I know there's like a guy called Big Daddy. That's all. That's pretty neat. No, I think this is a work in progress map. I don't think it's like done at all. I think they just like got a little bit of it. And then he's like, ah, you rapscallions, you. I'll let you have it for now. All right, we got PhD, electric parry, double terper, speed, mule kick, four grand. God damn. I don't know why I was so surprised with mule kick costing 4 grand. It always costs 4 grand, but I'm not a fan of it. Mule kick shouldn't have cost 4 grand. I'll say it. I'll say it right now. I ain't got enough for the mystery box. I'm a broke bitch. I'm one of those poor people that you read about in the news. But have you guys been keeping, like, I've been busy. In case you didn't know, I ended up having a child. I was pregnant for 9 months and pooped out a kid. So that's where all my attention has been going. But I've recently been catching up with all this like Johnny Somali drama or whatever you want to call it. And my God, is that some of the funniest shit that I've ever seen. Do we have Jug here? There we go. That guy is a menace. So if you don't know who Johnny Somali is, he's like a nuisance streamer, like just a guy that goes and is like, he's an IRL streamer. He just kind of goes around and be an asshole all the time. Like he was in Japan. I think he got kicked out of Japan. Like I don't think he's legally allowed to go back. What's this? That's electric. Let me touch it. No, you can't touch it. That's bad. But I think he got kicked out of Japan because he would like go on the trains and like just yell Hiroshima and Nagasaki. And listen, me and Tim do that. But when we do it, it's funny because we pick up a nuke drop and it's like there's a setup, you know, there's a back and forth. But he's just like in a train yelling it. Like that's not funny. It's just being an asshole. Like that. Like you have some like salary man that like probably wants to die because he's like working 8 days in a row somehow, and he doesn't ever get time off to see his family. So he's probably like on borderline suicide watch. And then you have like this jabroni coming in and just screaming like Hiroshima and Nagasaki in his face. Yeah, I'd be pissed too. He did a bunch of other like stupid shit, but he basically I think got thrown out of the country. Honestly, probably for the better. I think if the Yakuza would have got their little hands on him, maybe they would have killed him. I think this is all the maps so far. Maybe. I want to get all the perks and play around with some more guns. But I'm liking the... Dude, this looks good. I mean, it looks like... It reminds me a lot of Shadows of Evil. But this looks better. I'm not gonna lie. This looks dope. I might have to go play like some of the Bioshock games. I might have to go back. But back to the Johnny Somali thing. I don't think he's Somalian. I think he's just giving Somalians a terrible rep. Like people are gonna like start associating Somalians with him. But I think he's in Korea now, and he's like gonna face charges. Oh look, fish. I'm gonna fuck that fish. I think he's like facing charges. Like he might actually like go to prison in Korea. And there's like nothing scarier than like getting molested in a prison by some dude that doesn't even speak your language. He's not gonna have a good time. And honestly, I hope they throw the book at him. From what I've been reading, he's been just a real piece of shit. I watched this one video, and apparently, I don't know if this is true. I did no research, but apparently there's a certain Korean word that sounds exactly like the N-word, and these Koreans were just like saying that. They either could have been saying the N-word or that word. I don't know. They were just saying it to him like repeatedly over and over again, and like the cops were there, so like nothing could have happened. And I thought that was pretty funny. I'm like, yeah, you know what? This guy's been a piece of shit. He deserves it. Apparently he like twerked or danced on like a statue for the comfort women back in World War II. If you don't know what that was, basically the Japanese were evil as shit, and they would like kidnap other Asian races, and even had, I think there's some Japanese women in there too. But there was a lot of Korean women that were like kidnapped, basically turned into slaves for the Japanese army. And you can take a wild guess as to what happened there. And there was a statue for them, and he was apparently being very disrespectful to that. And you know what? Whatever happens to him is gonna happen. I like the perk icons too. This is pretty neat. What is this? I'm gonna be paying attention. I can't even read that if I tried. But if there's anything I hate more than Johnny Somali, it's gotta be old people And chalk fat people up there with them too. But mainly old people. They just like, why do we allow them to live past 60? Can someone explain this to me? Why do we allow this as a country? I was driving today and I just see this little old lady, like she's like face against the steering wheel, can barely see over it, hunched over, glasses, and she just blows by a stop sign. Like this old broad can't see it. She couldn't even detect it if she tried. There's no way. She just blows through the stop sign like nothing. And then I was driving a little bit later and there's this car swerving in front of me. And I pull up like next to him to pass him. And this old bitch is eating like cereal. It's like going Dennis Reynolds eating cereal as she's driving like a psychopath. Why do we allow old people? Listen, everyone's always like, ooh, we gotta take care of the old people. No, I'm on the opposite side. Mandatory death sentence once you hit 60. I'm gonna take one for the team, guys. I'm not gonna allow myself to be like that old. I'm gonna take one for the team. I don't want to be a burden on society. So your grandma's gonna have to take one for the team, all right? Like, I'm very anti-old people. I think they're just a burden on society. Like boomers had it so nice, and then they ended up just like, hey, let's just ruin everything. Let's ruin the entire economy. Let's just ruin everything. So yeah, very anti-old people, and I just hate fat people because I just hate fat people. Let me correct that. I hate fat people that like are like body positive fat people, but like they don't try to like go to the gym or anything to like better their life. Those are the kind I hate. Like if you're actually trying to like improve your life, more power to you. I have a lot of friends like that. But what is that? I don't know what that'd be. The shotgun? But if you one of those like, ooh, body positivity, big is beautiful, then just I hope you know that you're wrong. You're not. You're just not. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm gonna be a real one. I'm gonna help you out, G. Nah, you fat as shit. Like, I was on a flight one time, and there was these two. Somehow I got stuck with the middle. I think I just like whatever. It was like a random seat, like whatever you want to give me. And it was in the back of the plane, and these two big fat ogres sat on either side of me because I got stuck in the goddamn middle, to the point where their jelly rolls were spilling over into my section, which is technically a declaration of war because like those seats are like borders, and if you cross that we're gonna have some issues. So I got stuck next to Fee Fi and Faux Fum, and right before we took off, like I made eye contact with the stewardess, and like I guess she could sense my pain, and like we had like that eye contact where it was like 1 second, but it felt like an eternity. Like she could hear my screams for help and my cries all through that 1 second of eye contact. And she goes up to me and she's like, hey, we have more seats available up front if you'd like to, you know, have your own room. And I was like, you're goddamn right, I do. So I had to wait like 5 minutes for that guy to back his 10-ton truckload and ass out of the seat so I can get through. But thank God to that lady. She was a gem. She saved me. And I should have named my firstborn kid after her, but I didn't do that because I didn't remember what her name was. Did it say dick your oh no, it says pick your thought it said dick. Dick, hey, you're gonna need you to dick your plasmid. Hey, we're gonna need that fat cock. We're gonna dig you down. I don't like the shotgun anymore. It was fun, but now it's not fun anymore. Probably because I don't have speed cola, but I don't like it anymore. I don't like it. Let me go get a different gun. What's this? Evolution in a bottle. Plasmids by Ryan Industries. Shout out to Ryan Industries. I don't know anything about them. Are they good guys? Are they bad guys? Or are they not even real? Oh, yeah, sweet. This looks like it's going to be like not ass at all. Actually, it one-shot it. Well, to be fair, it is round 8. Okay, this might be pretty good. We might have to keep that. If it's still a one-shot by like round 12, we'll keep it. But if it's not, then I'm gonna have to ditch it. Oh, is speed cola up in this room? I'm assuming this is speed cola because it's green. I mean, I can't assume that. That's racist. Why would I assume that that's speed cola because of its color? That's really racist of me. I'm sorry. Please don't cancel me. All right, yeah, that's speed cola. You gotta get all the perks. I'm gonna have to pack a punch. Those jug. This is on fire. What is that? This bothers me every time I run through it. It makes it seem like something's with a spawn there. The Vita chamber. I can't wait to see what this is like when the full map releases. That'll be pretty neat. But yeah, I mean, it's hard to get time nowadays, man. Now that I decided to be a parent and have like responsibilities and not just myself, like it's weird now because like previously, like if I died is fine. No one's gonna care. I'll be forgotten in like 3 days. But now, like, I can't, because like I have a child to raise and grow up to be just like me. That's the other cool part about having a kid, is like you can fill its head, its dumb little empty head, with all your thoughts and theories, and you can basically just create another one of you, which is pretty cool. It's good for me, probably bad for everybody else that hates me, but it's really cool for me because I can basically get another little me. I'm gonna poison his little brain with all my ideas. And I'm gonna basically, it's like a printer, dude. I'm just gonna create another one of me. But he's like too young now to like really do anything. Like, he poops, pees, and cries. He can't even crawl yet. But yeah, I can't wait till he gets like old enough. I want him to play sports and like, I want to teach him my ways, my ultimate wisdom. Oh, how good is this Garand gonna be? Is this like the first game where the Garand is actually good? You rarely ever see any game ever make the Garand good. Recoil is not too much recoil though. The Garand has a little bit of recoil, a little more than this. But I like this, man. This is nice. I want to grab stamina up, and then I want to pack a punch this cute little gun. I'm kind of glad that I had a son. Not because like men are better, but that's totally true. But mainly because I feel like it'd be weird. Like, I've heard other dudes that have daughters have had like people look at them weird when they're like walking around with like a little girl. Like, they don't, for some reason, like, think that that's their daughter. They just think, like, they're kidnapping some little girl. And I don't think I could handle that. I'm kind of glad, like, I don't have to do... like, if I just walk around with a little boy, they're like, yeah, little scamp and his son. No, those stories could be true. They could always be false, because, you know, it's the internet. People don't fucking... Would people really go on the internet and just tell lies? No. I would, but that's beside the point. Also, me and Tim... and a bunch of other boys are headed to Nihon, Japan again. That's gonna be pretty fun. I'm gonna try to get arrested. We're gonna try to get arrested this time. Last time we almost got arrested. I think this time we can actually do it. I think this time we could actually make it happen. We're not gonna pussy out and not get arrested. Well, yeah, we're heading to Japan again. I wanna make some, I'm trying to film some more videos. Like, I wanna do a bunch of stuff for my manga channel there. That's the goal for that. I also want a 1v1 Tim in basketball there. I don't know why. I feel like that'd be a pretty fun little video for a different channel. So hopefully it goes a little bit better. But yeah, we almost... I didn't. I was a good noodle. But they almost got arrested last time we were in Japan. And it wasn't like we did anything wrong. Well, they did. They just did a little breaking and entering because they're idiots and they can't read. But like within... I don't think we were in Japan for more than 6 hours maybe. And we already had the cops there. We were already just talking with the cops. That's a great first impression right there. But basically what happened was we all got our Airbnbs and they were supposed to be right next to each other. Well, they were right next to each other. I like to have my own Airbnb mainly because I don't want to shit with other dudes. Like, I want to have my own toilet. That's really what it is. And I just want to have my own toilet. I have manly bear shits. And I don't want to have to split a toilet with another dude. Like, if I have to go, I just want to be able to go, man. I want to have the freedom. I'm an American, you know? So I got my own Airbnb, and it was right next to theirs. The one that they had ordered. So when we get to Japan, I go to mine, and I had assumed that they did what I did. Like, I went to Google Maps, and I made sure I knew where it was, what it looked like, so that way I could actually get there. They did no preparation at all. They're like, you know what? We're just going to free ball it. So we go to my Airbnb, we check it out. I'm like, all right, I'll meet you guys at yours. I'm gonna put my stuff away. And I thought, I had looked up their Airbnb. I thought it was, again, right next to mine. The one where we all agreed, this one. And this is where I thought it was, right next to mine. But they didn't go to that. They had put the address in wrong to Google Maps. And they went to one that was right around the corner. With the same name, though. Like, the building had the same name, which, all right, I'll let that one slide. I could see how they would be confused by a building with the same name. I'm gonna pack a bunch real quick. But I didn't really think much of it because I was like, you know, they're the ones that booked the Airbnb. Maybe they got like bamboozled. Oh, nice, 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 nice. I like the skin. I like it. So I thought maybe they were bamboozled by the pictures and the address and stuff because I was like, you know, they're the ones that I booked it. They would know where their Airbnb is, not me. Stupidly, I thought. But here's the kicker. So they get to where they think their Airbnb is around the corner, which isn't their actual Airbnb. But the code that they had gotten to get into the room that they were given for their actual Airbnb also worked somehow out of all the codes. The one that they were given also worked on this Airbnb that was not theirs. So they just broke into some random person's Airbnb. And I get there and I'm like, this looks nothing like the one that we saw on the internet. You guys sure? Like, they're like, yeah, this is where we went. This is the address. I was like, all right. Maybe you guys just got like bamboozled or something. Maybe the pictures were, you know, false advertisement. I don't know how that works in Japan. So we're chilling in their Airbnb for a little bit because we have to go to the airport to pick up our other friend. And right before we leave to go pick him up, it's like 9-10 o'clock, something like that. And Tim's gonna stay and take a nap. And me and my other friend, we're gonna go pick up our guy at the airport. Right before we leave, some Chinese chick comes in and starts yelling at us. And I am so confused. And like, she doesn't really speak too much English, but like she had her daughter there that was like translating. And she's like just going off on us, like asking like, why are we here? What are we doing? And I'm just so confused at this point. At first I thought like we were being too loud or something, but I was like, you know, here's a little horseplay, or a little horsing around with the boys, butt naked, but you know, nothing too loud. And then like we slowly start to understand that this is her Airbnb and that we should not be here, and that she thinks we broke into her Airbnb. And now she is demanding a bunch. Now she's demanding a bunch of money. She's like, if you want to stay here, that's fine, but you're gonna need to pay me. And it was like the equivalent to like $500 US maybe. And they're like, we're just like, no, we're not gonna pay that. Even though they totally like, listen, they totally should. They broke into this poor woman's Airbnb, but she had apparently rented that Airbnb out for that night. So there was somebody like ready to stay in there, and they just like kind of broke in and stole it from them. But we don't know this at this point. We're trying to figure it all out. Well, they are. I kind of pieced it together real quick. I was like, this is not their Airbnb. They're idiots. So I'm like, hey, give me the address for your Airbnb. I'm gonna go see if I can find it. Sure enough, it was the exact building that I knew it was in. So I text them. I'm like, yo, grab your shit and just dip. Just dip. Just dip. They're like, no, we're gonna figure this out. I'm like, all right. So I come back and they're like trying to negotiate like how much to pay, like what's gonna happen, like what they're doing. And at some point the cops get called. And honestly, I was a little scared for them. I wasn't scared that they were gonna get arrested. I was just scared that they were gonna get taken to like the station or something, because the cops didn't speak any English and my friends don't speak any Japanese, and my Japanese is not at the level to where I can have a conversation with police officers. So I was like, if they get taken down to the station, I gotta go with them. But here's the other thing. My friend that had just landed at the airport is having a panic attack because he's in a foreign country and he can't speak the language or read it. So he's having a panic attack, like calling me like, come get me, dude. He's pissing me off. Like, Killer, you were pissing me off. He's like having an all-out meltdown, begging me to come get him because he's so like scared that he just doesn't know what's going on. I'm like, dude, you just fucking, you'll be fine. Like, I can't leave these guys. The cops are here. If they get taken away, I gotta go down there with them and make sure they're good. But luckily they were able to like sort it out with the cops, and they got off so they got off so easy and light. Like, they were able to like explain to the cops that the Airbnb addresses are pretty much the same besides like one number, and that the code that they were given also somehow worked for this one. And the cops kind of like saw their side of it. I don't think the cops really gave a shit because it was just a bunch of foreigners, like Chinese and Americans. Like, they're like, we don't care. Who cares about you guys? You guys aren't Japanese. We don't care about no baka gaijins. So eventually, they like, through the cops, they were able to work out like, all right, you guys have to pay them for the night and the cleaning fee. And I originally had said, just give them like $300 US and call it a day. And they're like, no, we're not paying that much. And even like the Chinese chick was like, no, that's not enough. And I was like, all right. And then the cops come. And I think with the cops, like, they came to an agreement that they only had to pay like $200. So they had gotten off like way cheaper. And the Chinese chick was so upset. And like the chick that had rented the Airbnb had just gotten there. And she was like yelling at the Chinese chick. And I was like, wow, we are such, well, they are. I was in no way a part of this. I was like, wow, we're such assholes. We just ruined this poor chick. Granted, she was asking way too much money. She was asking like $500 when I know for a fact that room was not worth anything more than like 50 bucks a night. It was a really bad room. But they had gotten off so easy and so light, and I felt so bad that they only had to pay $200. But I was like, you know what? That's what the cops say. That's what the cops say. So then we had to like, after we paid them, we had to go to their actual Airbnb. I was like, you guys are stupid. This is your Airbnb. And then we had to go like rush to the airport because it's like getting ready to be last train. And as we're going to the airport, here's the thing about Japanese trains. They're amazing. They're on time and they're really nice. But if you use Google Maps does this stupid thing where it will say, I swear to God, it does this. And it confused us so many times. It'll say, stay on train. Like it'll tell you like, hey, you're gonna get on this train, you're gonna stay on the train at this stop. Like it'll tell you like, for example, stop 18, stay on train. And then it'll tell you like, get off at a different one. What Google actually means is get on a different train. Because every time it said stay on train, it secretly meant, hey, you're gonna get on a different train. And we didn't realize that until like a couple days in, because Google, you know, everyone says Google Maps is great for the trains. They're fucking not. If you are in Japan, it's kind of a toss-up if Google says stay on train, if you have to stay on or get on a different one. So just keep that in your mind, because that made us even later to get to the airport. And by the time we pick up our other friend and we're trying to head back to the Airbnbs, we are on the last train. So if we mess up at all, we gotta walk like probably longer than that, probably like an hour. We'd have to walk an hour to our Airbnbs. I don't think we really wanted to pay for a taxi. I'm not gonna lie. I don't think I was really trying to pay for a taxi because I didn't have any suitcase. I didn't have any luggage or anything. So I would have been fine. I would have been okay with walking that. So we had to get lucky and make sure like we were on our, we locked in for the trains. We had to lock in and make sure we were paying attention, like checking out like what's the next stop. Is this train going there? Dude, it's so scuffed. So if you go to Japan, just keep that in mind. Like sometimes Google will say stay on train and it actually means get on a different one. I don't know why they do that. I think it's just to mess with you, but it does that. So keep your eyes out for it. But luckily on the way back, we were locked in, as the kids would say. And we were able to get every correct train back to our Airbnb. And I still think that's hilarious. Like we even have this picture of them talking to the cops. So, you know, I'm not bullshitting you. And I really was very concerned that they were going to get not like arrested, like you're going to the slammer, but I was very concerned that they would get taken down to like the Koban or like a station or something. And like just to get somebody that like properly speaks English. And I was like, if they do that, those two are gonna not know what the f to do. So oh my God, I'm so shit at this game. So I was like, I gotta go with them and make sure they're okay. Because I told the officers, like when they came up to me, like, hey, who are you? I was like, I'm their friend. My Airbnb's right over there. I'm trying to help. That's all I could say in Japanese. And then he's like, oh, Nihongo. And he starts rattling off the most fast and longest sentence that I've ever heard in Japanese. And I was like, oh, I'm not that Nihongo Josu. I'm not that much Nihongo Josu. No. I was like, no, I can't. Only Choto Nihongo. But like like when I started speaking like a little Japanese, his eyes like lit up. And he's like, oh, you're going to help me understand this. And I was like, no, oh, you're going to be so crushed when I tell you that I don't understand that much. Yeah, I basically said like in Japanese, I'm their friend. My Airbnb is down the street. I think I said my friends were stupid. I think I said like, Boku no tomodachi baka gaijin desu. And then I said, I said like I was here to help or something. I can't remember what my exact thing was. But yeah, then I said that. And it wasn't good. You could tell I wasn't like fluent. And then he rattles off the fastest sentence that I've ever heard in Japanese. And I was like, oh, I might have just got your hopes up for no reason. Because I can guarantee you this is not going to end well. Oh no. I should have grabbed a perk. I'm dead. But yeah, you go to Japan, sometimes you might get in fights with old Chinese ladies and get the cops called on you. That's life right there. But yeah, I can't wait for the full release of that map. The little section that he has done already is amazing. I can't wait to play the full thing. Definitely looking forward to that. And I might eventually, I'm not going to do this, but I would love to maybe think about playing the Bioshock games because I already know I'm not going to. But that's the end of the video. Leave.